So what's up, guys? We're going to learn back to the basics, and a lot of technical guys can say, learn the scales, because the scales are what is the best to learn on bass, which is, a scale would be something like this. Do I do scales a lot? No, I don't. Do I know some? Yes, I do know a lot about technique and a lot about scaling. But because I'm making this lesson because there's a lot of people that are coming up from Christmas who don't have basses and who just started learning because of the Christmas holiday, which was a few months ago. And they're like, how do I play bass? And they can't afford to go to a teacher because it's going to cost them way too much money. And at a teacher, they do have you sit there and ride on a note for a long time. So they do that technique, then they run the scales. And those are good techniques to learn, but the best technique I want to teach you guys is before you start playing bass is warm up. Do these warm-up exercises where you squeeze your hand a lot. You can get one of those like balls that doctors have, and you squeeze your hand like this, and it'll get your hand ready to play bass, because you don't want to be playing and you get carpal tunnel syndrome from playing bass way too long and playing for way too many hours. But what I'm going to teach you is play cleanly every string. We're going to finger walk on the 7th fret, which these dots are the frets. So you go up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On the E string, which is this string right here, the top one, and you're just going to play 1, 2, 1, 2 like you're riding a bike or walking down the street. You just go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you're going to incorporate going down the strings. I don't really think it matters where you keep your thumb, because some people play with their thumb on the back of the fretboard and they go. Some play with their finger or their thumb on the back of the big plastic thing, which is called a pickup for those people who don't know bass. Or you can do the traditional, I guess it's a traditional technique where every string you go, you have your finger on the back of the pickup, right? You go down to the A string, which is the 2nd string here, and then you rest your finger on the back of the E string, and you just keep going down. I see myself getting caught doing that technique sometimes, but most of the time I'm sitting back on the pickup and just going. But incorporate, if you're just playing like a little note, like incorporate another note from another string. Let's go. You're not going to be doing that quick right off the bat, but incorporate notes. Don't just, even if you go to a teacher and they're telling you just to play like the 3rd fret of the E string and you're going, move around, because the #1 thing on guitar or instruments in general is the reason why you got into music is to create music, not to sit there and play a droning note like. Oh, now I gotta learn the scales. roll very fast, and it's not very musical. And if you don't know what you're doing with scales, it's just gonna be, you're just gonna be going. And that's not very musical, is it? No. I would recommend you trying to get a groove down, even though you're a beginner. Get a groove down. Let's say the 1-2 walking, and you're just playing on the 7th fret of the E string. You're just going. Then jump to the 9th fret of the A string. Just go. Then to the 7th fret of the D string. Just go. I was getting into a groove that was like, yeah, I want to hear more. It's starting to sound more musical than just. So, like I said, very good technique is the finger walking. Like, you can do it any string, and it's the basic of basic. You can play with a pick, but a pick is just something that's in a bass player's toolbox that anybody can learn to play the tool with the pick. And sometimes if you don't have a pick and you want to play with a pick, take your thumb like this. I take my middle finger and I take my thumb and I press them together like that, and I get like that picking sound. Thanks for watching, guys, and more lessons like this will come. I'm trying to get really back into the really seriously good quality videos for you guys. And thanks for watching. But the finger walking is the best thing I can recommend learning the bass. Oh, or you go like this. You play any note. You just go, take all 4 fingers and go. This is the strength in your hand too. Go. A lot of professional bass players and musicians do this, from Slipknot to Metallica. It's not musical, it's not scaling, it's just basically you're running every note up to the 12th fret, which is the double dots. You're just going. And usually you start from the 1st fret, go all the way down to the 4th fret, keep going all the way down to the G string, then go all the way back up to the E string. Then start on the 4th fret and go all the way down like this, and then back all the way up like that. And when you get down to the 12th fret, then you're going to work your way down to the lower, to the higher frets, which are down here, which would be a lot easier to maintain your fingers, because up here the frets are so far apart. But like I said, I'll go into more detail in next Friday's lesson.